almost heaven, West Virginia.
Donald Trump's Twitter feed was oddly silent as news came that his former campaign manager and his former lawyer were going to jail. This was virtually a catatonic state for a president who tweets reflexively about everything. Instead, he slipped into a warm bath of affirmation at a rally in West Virginia. This was perhaps therapy for a troubled president.
Fake news and the Russian witch hunt. We got a whole big combination. Where is the collusion? You know, they're still looking for collusion. Where is the collusion? Find some collusion. We want to find the collusion.
Fake news, the deep state conspiracy. The old slogans may continue to play well with loyal supporters, but the president is facing a relentless legal process. 5 of Trump's associates have now admitted to crimes or have been convicted. Paul Manafort, his campaign manager, Rick Gates, Manafort's deputy, Michael Cohen, Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Flynn, his national security advisor, and George Papadopoulos, a campaign aide. Manafort is the only one of the 5 who hasn't rolled over. He rejected a plea deal.
Paul Manafort's a good man, and this has nothing to do with Russian collusion.
On the face of it, President Trump is right. Manafort's tax fraud predates the campaign. But if the Russians knew about it, would they have had a hold over Trump's campaign manager?
I think that what we saw in the evidence that convicted Manafort was the compromising material that the Russians have on Manafort, and they have a great deal more about his offshore accounts as well as his personal behavior. Manafort is a Russian asset, and he is also compromised. The Russians have compromised on him.
The president will be far more worried about Michael Cohen, for years the keeper of his most important secrets. Cohen was Trump's fixer and bagman. He paid off models and porn stars. He told troublesome journalists where to get off.
So I'm warning you, tread very lightly, because what I'm going to do to you is going to be disgusting. Do you understand me?
No one in America will be shocked if Donald Trump slept with a porn star or 2. But the hush money was paid just before the election. Cohen's indictment says this was an illegal campaign contribution, done at the request of the candidate. But what Cohen may know about Russia will be of far more interest to the special prosecutor. The former MI6 officer Christopher Steele wrote in his dossier that during the election campaign, Michael Cohen went to Prague to meet Russian officials. Cohen's always vehemently denied that, tweeting a picture of his passport for emphasis. Some American media reports say Robert Mueller has evidence to the contrary. And one source in the intelligence community told me there was an electronic trail that put Cohen in Prague. There's no corroboration of that claim, but if true, this is the collusion that President Trump's enemies have long imagined. This is what the special counsel will want Michael Cohen to talk about. Cohen also knows about an interesting meeting in Trump Tower during the campaign. Donald Trump Jr. sat down with a lawyer from the Kremlin who'd promised dirt on Hillary Clinton. "I love it," Jr. had said, perhaps unwisely, in an email.
Mr. Cohen has knowledge on certain subjects that should be of interest to the special counsel. Knowledge about the computer crime of hacking and whether or not Mr. Trump knew ahead of time about that crime and even cheered it on.
I was pretty stunned by what Lanny Davis had to say. He's addressed the issue of whether there was foreknowledge of hacking or contemporaneous knowledge, or the hacking was urged or supported by anyone. He was clearly referring to Trump, and that goes straight to the heart of whether there was a criminal conspiracy to violate U.S. election laws in 2016 by Donald Trump and his campaign.
One former Trump campaign aide told me we couldn't even coordinate with the RNC in Pennsylvania, let alone with Russian intelligence. But if there was not exactly a highly organized conspiracy, that does leave open the possibility of collusion. That's what Cohen's lawyer hints at when he claims the president may have known ahead of time of Russian hacking. Trump has never been in such serious trouble. His presidency may now hang on what Michael Cohen has to say.